It's the Charlie Bahama Show. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Charlie Bahama Show. It's your boy Charlie, and we are here for another fantastic episode. And today, we're on location here in the Bahamas at Shipwreck. And you may know this from Where in the World is Wally? This was the last place we saw Wally, okay? So maybe we're gonna be finding him somewhere around here. I don't know, but we're gonna have all the stars and even some of the crew from Where in the World is Wally. Maybe they can give an insight, and of course we'll have the director as well. Maybe he'll give us an insight. So right now you have seen the full episode, the full season 1 on our TV, so you may know where Wally is, or at least have an indication. But we're gonna talk, do a wrap up to talk with all the stars and the director to maybe get a little more insight, and also maybe a little tip on what's happening in season 2. Where's my butler, man? By now he should be giving me a drink or something, man. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it's Wally. I think we found Wally. Oh my gosh. Wow. You gotta come on back. That's Wally. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and I am here with the two beautiful ladies from Where in the World is Wally. So Leah, Travolta told me from the beginning you had the instinct that this was going to be a hit.
Absolutely. I knew it was amazing because the storyline was so original. I mean, maybe the concept is not original, but it's the first time it's been done in the Bahamian light, right, and being done in the way it has been done, and the production I think is stellar. So.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And you are, they, even though you're so young, they still consider you the veteran, one of the veterans in
I love it.
Film and TV, and also comedy, with
the
Spot.
With the Spot,
I always
right.
used to love you all
Thank
with that.
you.
You and your brother, Uncle. Gotta give
Yeah.
Uncle a little shout out. But so with this, it's even though comedy had started out, this is a serious thing.
Yes.
So, what do you prefer more?
I would not. I prefer either because I think that I do well in both. It takes this level of seriousness to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Because you can play stupid, but you can't be stupid and play smart. You can be smart and play stupid. You can't be stupid and play smart. You can't do that. So I imagine that there's a lot of science to art and a lot of art to science. There's a lot of drama to comedy, a lot of comedy to drama, if you want to look at it like that. Like when Jason stabs someone in the face, I'm like, that's hilarious. So, but that's just my humor.
Yeah, I know. But, I know your humor.
No, I mean, so I love that Wally's like, to me, a dark comedy, and yeah. I can dig it. Like, he really wanted to be very, very serious, and I was like, I can't help it. I can't help but be kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show a little clip of a scene with you. Okay, so we're going to show a little clip of a scene with Leah, and then we'll be talking with Bodine after that clip, all right?
Wally, I cannot run this part without you. I think I might lose it. I can't keep this bar afloat without you, Wally. Wally, where are you? I can't run this bar by myself. Where are you?
Well, that was Leah. So, that was some serious acting on your part. Now, Bodine. Mm-hmm. So, Travolta tells me you came in, started only as an extra. So, how did that happen? Like, how did that change from just extra to, I'm going to be a character?
Oh, what had happened was Leah actually picked up the phone and she called me. She's like, Bodine, a friend of mine is doing a show, and we kind of want you to sing on the voice. Like, we want you to give us your voice to be part of the song. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And then she's like, well, yeah, but also part of the song. But there's a scene where you're in the bar. So, are you available? I'm like, sure, no problem. It's Leah. I called Leah a million times. She has been a galling character in my stage plays. You know, I do what I want to be a biannual kind of show called Party in Paradise, and I have a stage play called The Golden Bride. So Leah has showed up and shown out. So if Leah calls me for a favor, I'm there. So we get there, we record it, we come here to, which was once Shipwrecked, now it's 7 Ships, and I'm just there, sitting small in the corner. I meet Tara Lynn.
Oh, wait. You never sit small.
I was sitting small in the corner, like, I know my role.
Okay.
If I'm here to be an extra, I'm going to sit small, I'm going to be an extra. But in reviewing the footage, Travolta says, oh my goodness, there's something strange about this girl. I really, really like her. He tells me that all the time. And I just ended up being he wrote an entire character for me.
Yeah.
I was very humbled and honored by that because I've done stage for musicals. I've done stage for the Dundas with James Catlin and Friends. I've never done stage for a series on television, especially a series like this. Mm-hmm. So for me, that was surreal. I was very humbled.
Wow.
I was kind of jealous. I was already in it.
You like, I only bought her to be one extra now.
No, no, it wasn't. No, it definitely was not about that. It was just like, whatever. I mean, she's amazing.
She is.
She's
Miss B.
amazing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, because a lot of folks out there know you as, you know, an amazing singer. So everybody knows Bodine, you know.
Entertainment.
Bodine Victoria. I tell people I'm an entertainer. I never say singer.
Okay.
Because when I get on stage, I know people want me to sing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just get up there and tell jokes with music.
Oh.
And it depends on the feeling of the crowd, what it is that they are giving me, their energy. Being a host by profession in some past life, you get to read the crowd and know what they want. Being part of Where in the World is Wally is a little bit different, though. I don't automatically get feedback from the crowd until they see an episode. I'm also memorizing more lines, which I'm not the best at. But being in the production has kind of stretched my ability to retain lines, to deliver them, and also given me the opportunity to do something I've always wanted to do, which is entertain in a different way. So my character, I love her. She's a boss. I never know what Rovella's up to until I get the script. I never know. Sometimes Travolta says, okay, Bodine, today we're going to do this, or he would bounce a concept off of me, and then he would kind of get some feedback. But I never know what this gal could do until I actually see the script. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, today we're blackmailing someone? Okay, no problem. I'll put on my blackmailing shoes. Let's get to work.
It's fun. Well, what we're going to do right now, and then we'll go to a break after, we're going to show a scene with Bodine and see some of her mysterious ways, all right? And then we'll be right back with more of the cast and stars from Where in the World is Wally.
Was his call to adventure and his leap of faith into a life of faith.
Why so scared, Pastor Dean? Looks like you saw a ghost.
Is that what you are? A ghost?
No. But that experience you had in your teenage years, when you saw that woman in white walking through the woods, now she was a real ghost. Amazing the things that lead people to ministry.
What do you want?
You know what I want.
But I did what you asked. I told her to take her journey. But why?
Don't matter. She will never find him.
You know where Wally is?
How about you focus on your own problems, Alfred?
Follow Charlie Bahama on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or go to charliebahama.com. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and I am here with my boy Tamiko. A lot of people out there know him as Sawyer Boy, but on this set he is Tamiko.
Yep. Yeah, so that's me.
And we got Andrew, who we'll talk, you know, y'all might not know him because you don't see him on camera, but he's the man behind the scenes. And then, of course, we got Travolta, who is, in case you don't know, he wrote it on his shirt. Wally.
Wally.
Okay, he plays Wally. So we don't know where Wally is, but we know where Travolta is. But as everybody knows, you're a comedian now. They know you mainly as a comedian. But on this, it's serious. So you Tomiko now.
Yeah, this Tomiko now. This is Tomiko right now.
And you've been, right now, all right?
Right now.
So you've been on my show before as Sawyer Boy, and even as Tomiko. So we'll go with Tomiko. And because your wife on the show, Raynell, isn't here, and that's because, as Travolta says, the surprise is she's pregnant.
Right.
Right. And it ain't
No.
It ain't his.
No.
He only plays her husband.
No.
It ain't his. All right. So no school fees.
No, sir.
No. All right. So since she's not here, let's start with her because ladies first.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about starring against Raynell because everybody knows her as a young girl in Rain, a groundbreaking film by a good friend of ours, Maria. Right. So you were on screen with her now. How was it working with her?
But I ain't gonna lie, it was really good. Now just saying that, it was at the point where, like, working alongside her and like most of the time we facing each other, so it was like one take you'd be like, hold on, this second take I gotta come hard because this one ain't playing because she is come out and it'd be like, hold on, no, step up, this the real deal now. So working along with her, I ain't gonna lie, it cost me to be put more into the acting and really play the role and turn the character into myself. So she really helped with the whatever y'all saw on Where in the World Is Me as Detective Sam. And the connection was just real, Dread. You know what I mean? Like, when you work with people, be like, oh, I like your spirit. People say, oh, I like the spirit, or I like the spirit. Yeah, the spirit was good, so it was just a good connection from the get-go. Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do now, before we keep talking to you, I'm going to show a little scene of Raynell so people could see what we're talking about, and then we'll be back, to talk more with everybody here.
Wally again?
He was just running. He was just there running from bar to bar. And this large shadow was chasing him. But this time, he actually caught him.
Well, that was Raynell doing her thing. So I see what you're saying, because in that scene, she really put it down. Now, we're going to, I think we're going to show people yours, because they always, like, you're funny like that, jokey. And when we did that show, me and you, before we did that little,
the COVID fight, yeah.
It was funny, man, and you're naturally a funny person, but as Travolta even told me before, like, you really brought it on yourself. I mean, you really brought, the serious side to this acting role, which Travolta says, and we don't need to hear from him.
Right.
Travolta said that as funny as you are, and you are, talented, funny, he thinks you're even better as just a serious actor,
I could take it. I could take it. I don't mind finding out. Like, I don't mind. I know I used to the more comedy version of it, and now this is the first time really doing something serious that isn't happen to do with one of my skits. So, yeah, like I said, I like it, and the fact that makes it even easier is, I don't know. Like I tell them from the get-go, every time I read the script, it's be like, hold on, but it sound like this me now.
Okay,
like,
talk about that. He told me something about some coincidence with Batman.
Listen, we had a lot of coincidence inside this show. Like, coming throughout it, like, people that see Black Cat and they be like, hey, what's going on here? Like, almost every time we show, there's like a Black Cat run across the screen because something would happen and we like, and we'll have to stop. Sometimes we'll stop production and we just end up talking about it like, hold on, this a coincidence or this some type of the universe telling us that this is what we're doing, making a whole lot of sense.
All right. Help with the Batman story really quick?
Yeah, please go with that.
Okay, so I called him the night before because I had an idea that Sam was going to wear Batman in this episode because
as a kid, Sam would have read Batman comics and it would have inspired him to be the man that he is, right? T didn't have a Batman t-shirt. I couldn't find one last minute, so I scratched the whole scene. We show up the next day. My sound guy, Theo Miller, shows up in a Batman t-shirt, right? T tries it on. It fits him perfectly. There's that Batman. So, yeah, so those kinds of things happen all the time.
Wow. Wow, very good. You still got that shirt or you have to give it back?
I had to give it back to him. Yeah, I had to give it back to him.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to show a scene with you right now so people can see what we're talking about.
Right, please
and then
do.
when we come back, we can talk to Andrew, who's behind the camera, so people can meet behind the camera because that's very important.
Behind
you know.
everything.
Yeah,
Not just camera, behind
okay.
everything.
Behind the camera and everything. Even craft services. Anyway, let's see a little bit of Tomiko on screen, all right?
Chief, with all due respect to your wife and her
I've been married
dream,
for 30 years. I wouldn't be where I am without her.
I don't see how any of this helps with the case. Isn't this real life and not some episode of the X-Files, Chief?
And with all due respect, only a rookie detective, one bred in this cyber generation, would say such a thing. What do you know about who we are as a people? This place we call home. These islands where we live. If most knew, they'd probably stay at home at night. Solve this crime problem right away. You like Junkanoo, right?
I love it, Chief.
And why we just march down our main street every year on Christmas night?
Yes, the music, the culture, the prize money.
Money. The material. Now we getting somewhere. So you think you have it all figured out?
A lot of it.
So Andrew, we saw Tomiko on screen. Yep. So, but you the man behind that camera to make sure they look good. Yep. But Travolta tells me also it's more than just the camera. So tell me a little bit about working on this show for you.
Well, so working in production, you know, in the Bahamas in general, you tend to have to wear many hats. So there's times where I've been an editor on the show. There's times where I've been a sound guy, camera guy, grip, you name it. I've probably done it behind the scenes, you know. So I mean, and that's one of the great things about working in production in the Bahamas in general. You get to see everything from multiple perspectives. So you get to develop your knowledge base a lot more. Now,
so Travolta, you wanted to add something to that also?
Yeah, just how remarkable it is, you know, like it's, when I first came home in 2009, you know, you had like the Marias and the Kareems doing movies, doing what I'm doing now, and you had to import a crew, right? You had to import a crew from America, from Europe, sound person from North Carolina, camera person from New York, and now we're in a space some 10 years later where we actually have our own crews. And I just thought that was important to mention. Like Andrew is a big part of that, and he's really humble, but you know he comes under Jackson Petit, who's also on our production, and Wally is 100% Bahamian in every sense of the word.
Yeah,
you know,
I appreciate that because I've been in the business for a long time, and sometimes I get a little upset with Ministry of Tourism and all these people be bringing in people from foreign. When I do my stuff, it's probably 95% Bahamian, 5% from outside, depending on if it isn't filled here.
Which means what you're going to see on screen is going to be more Bahamian because everybody's Bahamian print is on it, even down to Andrew. Yeah.
All right, well, very good, very good. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to another commercial, and then we'll be back to see some more of the folks from Where in the World is Wally? The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and we have come to get almost the entire cast here. And actually, I got to tell you all, because I was talking to Travolta, you know, before you all came on. He says you will know the end of this after you watch the whole season. So all the viewers out there that watch the show will know where he is. we're not going to tell you on this recap show, just in case you all miss a couple episodes. So that means you all have to make sure and watch the whole season of Wally to know where Wally is. You'll know. Now, somebody, you know, because there are a lot of people, that, as they say, the Tribune said this was like a pioneering show. A lot of people I've been talking to say, I said, hey, you think you know where Wally is? Some person told me, I have no clue. Somebody told me they think Wally dead.
Wow.
Okay, that's what we got. Wow.
That's already been answered. That's actually
Has it
already
been answered?
That has been answered.
Wait, the mic.
the
Give the
show.
mic.
Oh, yeah, go on. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, really, that's been answered in the show. If you watch the second episode, if I remember correctly, the second episode gives you the English teacher is coming out now. The second episode actually explains what condition Wally is in.
Yes.
So you got to go back and watch the second episode.
And that's just it, right? Like, I think we have this Netflix viewing audience now where people want to binge it. And Wally is this show that has evolved over a year and a half because of pandemics and so forth and so on. So panoramics. So people have missed episodes. And that's crazy if you miss an episode in a mystery show because every episode is a piece of the puzzle. So what I would suggest is I believe cable is going to play them in succession once they have all 10.
Right.
And people could be able to just watch it back to back. And like Bodine said, get all the little bits because, you know, it's been a crazy time, pandemics, and so people miss episodes. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a puzzle. It's a mystery show.
That's why I'm not gonna give it away on this show because then they have to go back and see it. I ain't even tell you all.
We don't even know.
Yeah.
No, we still don't know.
Yeah,
we know what condition he in, but we know where he is.
Where he is.
Yeah, where is he?
So then, what this show is also teasing for the next season. So, at least can you give us a little bit of a hint? What's gonna give them to? Because I'm sure they don't know what are they gonna be having to do in the next season.
The next season is definitely darker. It's Bahamian folklore, which is what Wally is. You know, it's and the last episode of season 1 is called The Garland Bride, which much of was inspired by Bodine in our conversations. And there's sort of a transition that takes us into this darker place of not just folklore, but Bahamian society in general. We're going to introduce this island, this mysterious island in the Bahamas where a lot of shady things are happening. And I can reveal that. But, and that's going to play into your character, you know, as a detective and how that leads into you doing your thing. Yeah, it's definitely more fun or funner, I think. Yeah, I think
the English teacher is.
You
get an F.
I'm here for fun.
And because we took so many lessons from Wally, season 1, because this was a lesson for all of us, for cable, for our production, for them. This hasn't really been done before, right? Like this global Bahamian show is like so ambitious. So we've taken a lot of, you know, the pitfalls and the downfalls and the mistakes, and we're going into season 2 better than ever.
I got to tell you, you have, the best of the best, you know?
100%. Yeah.
You know?
100%. And, you know, you talked about how the Tribune said it was a pioneering show. And somebody asked me this, it's like, why was Wally pioneering? And I'm like, well, look around me. Like, pioneering, Rennell, like pioneering energy, you know, Jackson and Andrew and all these people behind the scenes. So Wally was really a product of time, like the Bahamian industry as we know it matured and produced something like Wally.
Yeah. I thank you all for being here and, looking forward to next season, all right? And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to next season also. Where in the world is Wally, all right? So if you haven't seen all the episodes, go back and view them, all right, on our TV. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Follow Charlie Bahama on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or go to charliebahama.com.
Well, that was another episode of the Charlie Bahama Show, and it was fantastic having almost the whole crew and stars from Where in the World is Wally. And I don't know about you, but I'm more lost than I was before. So that means you got to tune in for the next season of Where in the World is Wally? And then, of course, tune in for another one of the Charlie Bahama shows where we bring you the best of Bahamian entertainment, international entertainers, celebrity stars, and everything. And when we're not on the air, you can check us out at Charlie Bahama on YouTube. You know, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right? Or go to charliebahama.com. Until next week, be safe.
Charlie Bahama Show. 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 Charlie Bahama